Hey everybody, I just wanted to give you all an update and an announcement of what's happened for the end of the year. Got Dex out here, as you can see, it has been snowing. So he's got his coat on, it's a little bit cold. But yeah, first quick peek. Got some more work done on the Ninja Warrior course, but as you can see, with the snow, it is kind of unusable. So I've got a couple of ideas on stuff for my son to work on during the winter, because we can't use the course. But updates, what's been happening? Managed to do 2 strongman competitions this year, which was really cool. And although the first one I had a lot of mistakes and a lot of things that didn't quite go my way, still managed to perform pretty close to what I was expecting. And the second competition was really awesome because I reached 2 long-term goals that I had set for myself. The first, which was I wanted to finish every single event. And that's something I've really struggled with. Managed to finish every single event with a flare up, which was really cool. And the second thing is I won, which, I mean, that was kind of going to be a goal after I had managed to do that. Dex is over here on the trampoline. What you doing, bud? Hey, Dex, what you doing? He's not going to say anything. All right. Well, all right, refocusing. So the bad news, my rheumatoid arthritis has come back out of remission, and it has been pretty much nonstop flare-up since May. And I was dealing with my rheumatologist, trying to get on all sorts of medication. Insurance company kept denying every single thing. They had one medication. I spent all this time trying to get a copay card set up, and I had an assistant set up through this program that they did. They denied it. They said, try these other medications. Well, we sent for those. Then the insurance company denied the ones that they recommended that we try. And I finally got on one called Enbrel. So the list of side effects on this thing are quite scary, but at the end of the day, I need to stop the disease progression. You know, it causes irreversible damage to the joints, and on top of that, like, I can't lift, I can't do house projects. It gets to the point where if it's in my hand, I can't even hold my water cup to drink. It's absolutely insane. So dealing with that was one of the big reasons the first strongman competition didn't go so well, because I had to be on prednisone just to be able to do the competition, and my heart rate was out of control. My blood pressure went up like 30 points, and I just couldn't breathe. I couldn't sleep all week. So that competition, that's part of why I made the mistakes, and I just couldn't breathe, and I couldn't calm down during the events. So I didn't really enjoy the first competition, which was really unfortunate because I still performed pretty close to what I thought I could do. Now the second competition, I was also having a flare-up, but I decided to just go in and get a steroid shot and a anti-inflammatory shot and skip the prednisone. And it ended up working till about halfway through the competition when a giant storm rolled in. And so the last event, the arm over arm pull, my left hand was completely useless. And I just wanted to finish. So I pushed through, finished the event, which was a huge win for me. Even though I took last on that particular event, I just wanted to finish it, and I did. But the next day, my right arm was so incredibly sore because all of the weight of that boat was in my right arm. Second thing is I did manage to get my ankle surgery done this year, and it went pretty well. It was kind of funny because it was supposed to be orthoscopic, and these 3 little incisions, apparently my bone density was too high, and the first saw that they put in broke. Then they brought in a second one, it broke that as well. So they ended up having to make a much bigger incision than they planned and take an actual chisel to get the bone spurs and deal with all the scar tissue and the cartilage buildup. And they said that they moved a couple ligaments around and put them where they're healed. So I do have a lot better range of motion now already. I am still dealing with a little bit of inflammation. We are about 2 months and 3 weeks post-surgery at this point. I do have a little bit of nerve tingling that's happening on the outside of my ankle from where they had to do a much larger incision to check out the tendons, the peroneal tendons, I think is how you say it, peroneal. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I always want to say perennial, I don't know. But anyways, now on to the bad news. The flexibility's up, which is great, but during that time, I gained a whole bunch of weight. And I'm calling this, like, I'm just full chonk mode right now. I hit the 300 mark, which is something that I had said to myself, you know, I was never going to do. And I'm really disappointed that I let this happen. But this is where the announcement comes in. I have decided to challenge Brent Gobay of Armed and All Heart to a look like you lift competition. So he's been dieting for several months now. He's looking pretty good. His arms are starting to get cut, and he was looking for some motivation. And I've been looking for some motivation, so I'm like, let's do this. Let's throw down you versus me. So what's going to happen is at the end of December, we're going to do pose off. And the competition is going to be who looks like they lift, not who looks like they lift the most, not who's the biggest, not who's the leanest, not who lost the most weight. We're going to take pictures side by side. You guys are going to be able to vote. You know, if you saw the both of us, who would you be like, yeah, that dude right there, he lifts. I'm going to go ask him how much he benches, or I'm going to go ask him where he lifts at and ask him for some lifting advice. So that's the competition, and I am now a month in, and it is not going well for me. My waist has come down about an inch, which is pretty good, but my weight's been stuck in the same 2 or 3 pounds. So my plan for this competition is basically 3 pillars. The first pillar is diet, the second pillar is exercise, basically cardio, and the third one is lifting. So in the first one, the diet, I have not been dialed in as much as I should be, which is evidenced by the fact I've been stuck in that 1 to 3 pounds, and I need to really dial it in. So I've been working on my calorie calculator, my figuring out my meals, my meal plan, and that's going to go locked in hopefully this November. I have switched back to Diet Pop for this competition, but that has not made any sort of difference, which is very disappointing. In terms of cardio, I am averaging right now about 4,900 steps, which is not good enough. So for November, my goal is to get that up to 7,500, which now that it's been snowing, it's going to be difficult because I was doing a mile walk every day at lunch with Dex. Can't do that now. My road being a dirt road, it's far too slippery, and either Dex or myself are going to get hurt. So can't do that. I got to figure out what's the alternative both for him and for me. I am also trying to bike 2 to 3 times a week on the assault bike from Rogue. That thing is a killer, but I have been working on it, and I'm doing 2 different types of workouts. The first one is trying to push for the miles in like 10 minutes, and the second one is trying to push for time at a decent pace. Right now I've been hitting 20 minutes a couple of times, and I really want to push further. I'm having some issues with the seat. I've got to get that sorted out. But, you know, cardio has always been one of my weaknesses, so this is a contest to bring that up. The third pillar is lifting, and of course, with this, there's 2 things. The first one is to rehab myself, get myself back to where my strength needs to be post ankle surgery, rebuild the ankle, the calf muscles. They were so atrophied post surgery. I was incredibly shocked that 2 weeks in a cast basically completely shut off my right calf, and right now it's about a ½ inch smaller. So need to get the squats and deadlifts belt back up so that we can compete next year, and I have to do it in such a way that I'm not just going right back to what I was lifting. So I've got a slow, gradual progression. You know, this is the 5th time I've had to come back from zero, either after an injury or a surgery or something like that. So we know what we're doing. It's just going to take some time. But the second thing is something I don't normally do, which is lifting for appearance. And so with this competition, obviously the most important muscle is the calves.
All right, you got this. Full range of motion. Full range of motion. Dig deep. You got this. Do not quit. Do not quit.
Not really. So what I've got to do is start focusing on the lateral deltoid, the lats, and the biceps. And so I have had an ongoing bicep injury in my left arm, and to the point, like this year for sandbags, I had to teach myself how to lift a different way because it was causing so much pain. I have no idea what I did. I was helping my parents move, and the day after it just hurt, and it's hurt ever since. And so it doesn't matter if I'm just moving my arm, if I'm moving a 5-pound dumbbell, 20-pound dumbbell, it doesn't matter. It hurts. So I'm trying to rebuild that, get that left arm to get over it, because at this point rest isn't doing anything. I just got to figure that out. And especially with the competition, you know, for me, I don't do bicep work. I don't do lateral raises. It's always been functional movements and strength movements for me. So this is quite a bit different in training, which is kind of cool. And I am finding myself so incredibly sore all of the time. But yeah, I just wanted to post this, give you guys an update, let you know what's coming up. Hopefully you guys can help keep me on task, because one of the things I found is when I'm making videos, I'm a lot more accountable and I'm staying focused. And when I'm not, I kind of slack off, and it's like, who cares if I eat that chocolate bar, right? Nobody's watching. So I do want to start making some more videos for you guys to, help me reach my goals, and hopefully I can help you guys all reach your goals. But if you guys want to see anything from me or ask any questions, let me know. Like I said, I need some ideas of stuff to actually make videos on, because I don't want to just put some lifting footage out there, because at the end of the day, a lot of people don't watch them. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys are all doing awesome. Go lift something heavy. I became very aware that we forgot to lift up the safeties. We didn't fail.